Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to another Sober Talk Live, and let's see what happens this particular episode. This particular live stream. Who knows where sobriety will take us? I never know. So let's chill out, Wang Chung, and let's see what happens. Oh, hey, what's going on, Mike G? Yeah, I know you've been trying to get a hold of me on Facebook so we could set up Messenger. But yeah, you have to almost run my name through Google if you're over in across the pond. I don't know why that's such a thing, where they make it so doggone difficult for y'all to get a hold of, for those of us across the pond. It was exactly what Gavin John and I had to do. We ran each other's names through Google, and then that was how we were able to connect on Facebook. And I don't know. They don't have a problem. They don't seem to have a problem whenever someone from the Middle East wants to. They don't seem to have a problem with that. Fuckers. Anyhow, so far you're the first one here. You were the first one here. Now tomorrow, I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. Probably going to be a test stream later, but we'll see what happens. All right. Yeah, today's Sober Talk. I'm excited. I've been actually looking forward to Sober Talk. Well, I'm glad you're doing good. You better be doing good. Doggone. Uh, I was, I was thinking about you. I was stuck at work for a good while today. The son of a guns took my weekend away. I guess my backup maintenance couldn't be there, so they took my weekend away, and that sort of thing. So I've got to be there the whole weekend at work, Saturday and Sunday. But then I'm off next Monday, and then I'm back on the weekends as usual. Mm. Check out the new coffee mug Princess Faye got me. I've been using this like crazy. Queen Bee's not in here right yet, so I'm gonna go grab me a cigarette, and then we'll chill out the first 10 like usual. And and Queen Bee, she gets on to me about the smoking. Yeah, rightfully so though. She's just keeping an eye out, making sure I don't get in too much trouble. Of course, I think about y'all. Think about y'all when the live stream isn't rocking and rolling. I think about y'all and, wonder how y'all are doing. Wonder what's going on in, your day to day. You know, think about y'all. A lot, all of you that come in regularly and hang out, Wang Chung, whatever. And, I think about y'all, all of you, that's just kind of how it rolls. How you doing, Queen? Well, there it is. I'm busted. Queen Bee just busted me. Well, it's good to see you all today. I've been looking forward to doing Sober Talk all week. I don't know what it is. I guess it was, after talking to Sober Man and everything, it's one of those things. As I was talking to him, it's like I got really excited. She's doing good. She's at work right now. We were talking today because that data stream cable that we needed didn't come in like it's supposed to, and she's already put a request in for a refund, and we've got to order a different one. So that's been an issue. What's going on, Chairman? Oh, come on now, come on. It's every time I try to quit smoking, I always want to drink even more, and it's like, come on, don't tear me apart too bad for this. Okay, this is not that bad. Hey, what's going on? Breaking Insanity Cycle. I like it. I love that name. That's such a nice YouTube name. It's strong and yeah. I tried the nicotine gum one time. I'll tell you a funny story. Back when I was still drinking, I tried to quit smoking, and I was using the nicotine gum. No, Sober Talk we do every Thursday. Every Thursday night. Friday night. None of that stuff works on me. None of that stuff for whatever reason. I got a funny feeling that it's just about going to be me having to seal myself up in a room and just sweating it out for about a week, which that may be on the table. Uh, so there's so much to catch up on. You guys are awesome. Yeah, tomorrow I'm off, but then Saturday and Sunday, I got to work. Um, so we might have a surprise Saturday. I'm not 100% sure, but I might have a special surprise for y'all Saturday. It'll be right after work. Um, that sort of thing where um, I'm not telling you no more. You guys are going to just have to wait and see. Oh, real quick, while we're chilling, waiting for everyone to kind of get in here, check out the bicycle. The primer's dry and everything, obviously, but that's it. Looks pretty good. So as soon as we get the paint in, as soon as we get the paint in, we'll be ready to shoot the paint on it. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Worked hard on that project. I was telling one of I was telling one of my bosses today about it, and he's a boss that sometimes we don't always see eye to eye, and you know, uh, sometimes we have a hard time even trusting each other a little bit. But I'll tell you, when him and I can get on the same page, he's probably one of the coolest guys you'd meet. We just don't always see eye to eye, and we get very angry with each other when we don't see eye to eye with each other. We'll butt heads hardcore. But then, at the end of all of that, it's like, hey, man, and we let it go pretty easy. It was like, there's like one day I went up to counter to place my order for my actual meal, for my lunch because where I work, well, working at the McDonald's I work at, we get, for our break, we can have a free meal. Um, and when I went up to the counter, a customer, I was like, I was trying to get somebody to come over and take their order. Well, they insisted that I take their order, more or less. Started just basically, it's like, I don't care if you're on break, sort of thing. Um, and that particular guy, he got really angry. He's like, what's that? Because I was actually right in the middle of ringing up my order, and I ended up getting stuck taking this other person's order on the other register. And he got really angry because I had some changes I needed to make to my sandwich, and because there were certain things I won't eat on it. And he got really, and they're like, he actually got stopped by a customer and took their order. Well, and he was kind of upset. He's like, "Oh man," because he kind of said a few things, and he's like, "Oh man," he felt really bad. I was like, "Hey man, it's cool. It's not like you see around the corner. It's not like you knew what was going on." I said, "It's all good." He was pretty cool, and he actually sent me an extra sandwich. I said, "Oh man, I ate good." He's like, I said, "Dad, it was what it was." I said, "No hard feelings, man." And he actually enjoys the aircraft remover series, but him and I were talking today, and I was telling him about the bicycle project, and you know, well, this was before the pandemic, so McDonald's still had the bagel sandwiches, and I won't get the. Oh, you're talking about the cable? Yeah, we're just gonna have to order a new data stream cable. But on the bagel sandwich, I would always get the sausage, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich, and I would have them take off the breakfast sauce, which tasted like a really bad hollandaise. Well, because I know how to make hollandaise, um, and I've done it numerous times, just not on camera, but I've done it before. And I'll tell you right now, when you taste the breakfast sauce, oh, thank you, thank you, appreciate that. Breaking Insanity Cycle, another member of the Sunnies. Thank you so much, appreciate that. So I don't get the breakfast sauce because I know what actual hollandaise is supposed to taste like, and so I don't like it. And some people are like, "Oh, that's some good stuff." I said, "No, it isn't." I said, "You have real hollandaise, you know the difference." So that's something I always have it taken off. And we get really good bacon shipped to McDonald's, but I'll tell you right now, Um, when it comes to stuff that comes off the grill, what here's something that I'll do whenever I go to, whenever I eat at work, past the lunch hour, well, into the lunch hours, what we call the regular menu, because you got the breakfast menu and then the regular menu. Um, what I'll get is a quarter pounder, and I can't have raw onions because it'll mess with my stomach. So I'll have the onions taken off. But what you do is you get your regular quarter pounder and ask for them to put it on the artisan roll or the artisan bun. 1,000 times better than the regular quarter pounder with the sesame seeds, because most people don't realize that when you use sesame seeds, they have to be toasted, and yeah, the bun goes through the toaster, but it doesn't get near it hot enough to actually toast them to the point where they need to be. And if you really want to see them come out, there's actually a recipe that I did a couple of years ago for Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving live stream where I grilled, where I took tuna steaks and did them on a charcoal grill, and actually put it on the outside of the tuna steaks. I rolled them in sesame seeds, and a charcoal grill gets hot enough and just pop, 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 pop. You should, you should. Um, it's the same bun you use for the grilled chicken and for the crispy chicken. Or they'll change the name will change, but it's basically crispy and grilled chicken. Just ask. A lot of times, just say artisan bun or artisan. Yeah, just say artisan bun, and they'll know exactly what you're talking about. It's good stuff that way. But if you really want the top notch, what you do is you ask them to only put mayonnaise and pickles on that artisan bun. Get all the other stuff taken off, but mayonnaise and pickles. And then when you get that sandwich, immediately take that top off with the mayonnaise and everything. Sprinkle on a little bit of black pepper. Put that back on. It's to die for. To die for. I'm telling you. All right. Well, I can't at the moment because everything. Let me holler at you after the live stream. I'll holler at you. But yeah, so that's something. It's just something that I thought was really, really freaking cool. Which breaking insanity cycle. I know you're still here in the live stream, and I know we've all been talking about adding more Sunnies. One of the candidates that I believe we have found. Her and her husband. Well, she's in here right now. She's one of the candidates, perfect for the Sunnies. I'm telling you. Her and her husband both amazing, amazing couple. So let me finish this dang thing up, butt this thing, and we'll go inside and we'll fire this up. It's going to be a good live stream. Um, and let me tell you, being sober, yes, brack, brackets. Oh, I'm not. I guess I'm not understanding. I'm an idiot today. Um, are you talking about? Yeah, Queen. I'm talking about you and hubby. You and your hubby. That's who I'm referring to as possible. And let me tell y'all, trying to explain. You didn't tell me, Prince. It was. I guess I'm not understanding. I'm kind of dumb today. What are you talking about, Mike? Anyhow, oh, you're not on Facebook? Ah, darn it. You can. You'd still be. You guys are. You and TFC are definitely Sonny's quality. Let me tell you, we're trying to find some new people to drag into the fold. There's another guy I got to holler at, um, but drag into the fold because we need some. We need new ideas. We need someone to kind of we need some people. Oh, okay, okay. Mm. But but we need some people to come into the Sunnies who can kind of help with bring new ideas, fresh ideas, kind of shake things up. And I believe you and 2EFZ Gaming would definitely be excellent, excellent choices for the Sunnies, because you guys, you know, I understand that feeling. My family, well, you know, uh, you know, uh, well, we're trying to bring in new, fresh ideas and kind of shake things up in the Sunnies. We got a lot of great people, and I know you were in the stream of one of them. Let's talk about it with Jamie. Absolutely fantastic. I met her through Miss Kelly, and Miss Kelly was when I don't remember how I met her, but I remember going to her. I think it was one of those things that just popped up on my feed, and I went over to her live stream, and it was just amazing, just whole new world for me, and I was like just blown away. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then I went over to I met Jamie, went over to her stream, and just it just blew my mind. And the more and more I got to know more and more of the Sunnies, the more and more I wanted in. And what's going on, Simon? Welcome to the live stream, my man. That was kind of how it all started for this guy right here, and now I bring my hot rod tech and my different way of thinking, and of course Princess Faye's artwork, and then on top of that I bring my sobriety, and my sobriety. I think a lot of people, here we are now. We're talking sober talk. I'm gonna be straight up honest with y'all. Uh, there was a time I was a falling down drunk. And real quick for the record, I woke up this morning and I had a miracle happen to me today. I had a miracle happen. I woke up today and I found it not necessary to take a drink. And any day that still happens is still truly a miracle, let me tell you. And now that I've said that, you know, I got to tell y'all, there was a time I was a fallen down drunk. And, and a lot of people are like, I can't picture it. I can't picture it. I guess enough time has passed where it's kind of hard to imagine Prince Magnum as a fallen down drunk, doing stupid stuff, drinking and doing stupid stuff, and then feeling guilty about it, and then getting up the next day and doing it all over again. And it's just one of those things, enough time has passed. I've worked with the steps long enough, so things have changed and they're different today, So is that, so I guess enough time has passed. And when I start talking about, the things I've got to do in sobriety, sometimes people forget that, that alcoholic that walked into AA didn't know what he was going to do with life and didn't know where he was going and things like that. Um, some people, sometimes forget that that's how it was, and almost put me on a pedestal sort of thing. And honestly and truthfully, I'm just like any other drunk that walks into Alcoholics Anonymous. Of course, the difference is now, whenever I'm in a room in the rooms of AA, when another drunk walks in, the only difference between them and me is time, just time, and the experience that comes with that time. That's really the only difference. The truth of it is that I'm always going to be one arm bend away from the man I used to be. And I mean, I do what I can. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Simon. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. But there was, a lot of people tend to forget that I will always be one arm bend away from the man I used to be. Does that necessarily mean I'm going to pick up a drink today? No. But that's just it, When you're done with that life, you do what's necessary to not go back to it. Okay. So I've done that, and I've been, I've stayed sober, at August the 7th on my birthday. It's going to be 14 and a half years since this all began. 14 and a half years to the day. That's amazing, you know? And if you'd have told me, 15 years ago that I'd walk into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, and that the places it would take me and where I would be going, I wouldn't have believed you. It wasn't in the cards. It wasn't in the cards for this guy. But today, I have the opportunity to, with my experience, reach out and help other people. Okay. And, you know, these people, in some cases, all right, breaking insanity. So I love that. I love that because I might have, if you don't mind, I know you got to run off to dinner and everything. And I don't, you got to eat, you got to take care of you. But I will say, you know, uh, seeing your name, it brings up, I used to do some pretty insane things. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna use your channel name to kind of bring that to a head. In our set in the what is known as the 12 steps and 12 traditions, or sometimes called the 12 and 12 uh, book for Alcoholics Anonymous. There's actually something in there that talks about insanity. What is insanity? In Alcoholics Anonymous. I think it's kind of across the board, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. We talk about that. That is insanity. So when we get into AA, we're trying to break that cycle of insanity. Um, and that's what it's all about. That is exactly what it's all about. Because we're not sane when we get into that world. We're not sane. We keep, it's like, well, maybe this time will be different. It's never different. It's always the same. I drink, I do stupid stuff. I feel guilty about it afterwards, and I think that another drink is going to make it better. That is insanity screaming right at you, okay? Every time I drank, something bad always had to happen. All Paul's accounted for, I think. Yeah, they're all inside. All right. So that maybe that should kind of help you out, kind of fully, because you know. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I hope somewhere in there, it'll definitely. I hope it definitely finds you and gives you some sort of inspiration. Okay, to continue forward. Thank you so much. Breaking Insanity Cycle. I love that name. That's such an awesome name. Um, but anyhow, I see you sneaking in, Kevin Myers. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate all the likeys that y'all drop. You guys are amazing. And let me tell you again, Alcoholics Anonymous has actually taken me some very different places that I never thought I would do. Okay. Um, I I know a lot of y'all have a hard time believing this. Everybody has a hard time believing this. Back in high school, I was the shy kid. I was the shy guy back in high school. And I tell that at work, they're like, bullshit. I'm like, no, really, really. I really was the shy guy back in high school. They're like, no, I don't buy that. You're full of baloney, man. And I'm like, no, no, really, really. I really was the shy guy back in high school. And nobody believes me. It's so funny. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. I put a comment back in. I put a comment back in. Thank you for that. Right? You were the shy guy too. Okay. I mean, as I couldn't tell by your videos, Chairman, but I believe it. So that's just one of those things. I mean, a lot of people, I guess I've changed so much through my sobriety, because one of the things that I've done is, I've been up in front of large groups telling my story, which has been in a way, it's kind of no different here on the channel. There's nothing wrong with being shy. There's nothing wrong. I hate how some people today call it social awkwardness. Come on. Just because you're shy doesn't mean it deserves a mental health status. There's nothing wrong with being shy. You know, I found now I'm gonna say something, and I guess I still need to give credit where credit's due. There was a particular gentleman, and him and I don't talk anymore, and It's kind of a sore subject why we don't talk, but I will say that he kind of helped me break out of that shell on camera. And now I spend a lot of my, I try to spend a little bit of my time, since I'm in the 1K club, one of the things that Alcoholics Anonymous did teach me a long time ago is give back. In order to keep it, you got to share it, sort of thing. And now, for other content creators, one of the things that I try my best to do is encourage and to pass on what I have learned, so maybe they can come around on the other side of the camera and be strong, positive personalities. And that was just something I had to learn, okay? Because, and I will just be open and honest. Real wow. I would love to. I would love to. Yeah. 25 from Oh wow. You'll get it. You'll get it, Mike. You'll get it, Mike. Mike has got a great I was in his stream a little while. Sometimes whenever you guys are live streaming, if I've got a lot going on, I'll still poke my head in. I won't say anything because I'm busy working or doing whatever it is I got to do. But I'll go in and I'll basically sit in you guys' live stream, help out with your watch time, drop a like. And if all of a sudden you guys see, a random like just pop up, but nobody said anything, I'll give you two guesses who it is a lot of times. I'm not saying it's me all the time. I'm saying that, yeah, I was. Yeah, I was. I was at work and I seen you were live and I couldn't stop what I was, I'm at work. I can't really play around on my phone. But what I will do a lot of times in that case is I'll poke in, sit with you guys a few and drop a like. And yeah, Mike G's got an amazing channel. And I did it to Queen earlier today. I was in her live. I forgot what I was working on, but I was kind of sitting there on the live. I don't think she knew I was there, but I was there, so I dropped a random like, she was playing Crash Bandicoot today, so, there's times that'll happen. And it's not that I don't want to talk. It's just that honestly, I'm just so busy, but I still want to support you guys, because you guys support me so much. So a lot of times that does happen, a lot more than it used to today, a lot more than it used to, but been busy working hard, but that's one of the, yeah, Queen Bee does live streams. She was live streaming Crash Bandicoot today, and I was in her live stream, and it was she was killing it. She was killing it and doing an amazing job, and I had a great time being there. I was just so busy working on what I was working on that I don't even remember what I was working on, but I knew I was working on something. There's even been times that some of you be streaming late in the evening. And I'll start up your stream, lay down, so I can get, because I got to be up early, turn the volume down, but I'm still there watching you, Queen, you're somewhere in the background. Could you drop the link to your channel? But I think that's what she's grabbing right now is the link to her channel. Real quick while I'm thinking about it, I talked to Sober Man last week Friday. How's Zelda? She's been roaming around. Her and I were roughhousing earlier, and if she would get upset if she didn't think she was winning the roughhousing match. She would get kind of upset and let out this really ticked off meow like, "Will you stop that?" What I found was on the notification thing, just go in there and watch one of the videos or one of the playbacks for about 2 minutes. Watch that playback and it'll start sending you notifications. That's an easy fix. Everyone complains about it. Just, it's one of those things. Go in and watch it. And then what will happen is it's one of YouTube's kind of stupid like that. And they'll even sometimes send me notifications for channels I don't even follow anymore. And it's like, why did you send me this? I don't want this. There's a reason why I stopped following that channel. Okay, so no, don't send me that, Peckerwoods. So it's just one of those things, which I got to get over there to see Supreme Anime, Supreme Games. He's got 2 YouTube channels now. Yeah, I've been following you as well. I try to keep out for your content. When you guys do something, I try to get over there and support you guys as quickly as I can. And Ian's another one that I just get such a kick out of. His live streams are so much fun. Oh, I follow you, Kevin. I got you. Um, you got my support. And let me tell you, Kevin Myers has got some really neat content. Just amazing scenery stuff. I really enjoy it. Um, I would love to see what he could, if he had an editing program. I would wonder what he would do with all that scenery stuff. It would probably blow our minds. Trump 2020. Well, okay. I see we have a Trump supporter. Okay. Well, it's sober talk, so I won't be talking politics. And with sober talk, because I talk Alcoholics Anonymous, just kind of ask you to kind of hold back on that, okay? Nothing against the I mean, if you got a strong political view, definitely when we do In Your Face, I definitely love that. Because it's one of those things. There you go, Chairman. You know, just welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the chat. Today we're talking about sobriety, and I haven't exactly worked up to a full-on story from Alcoholics Anonymous. And I'm over 14 years sober, coming up on 14 and a half years without a drink or a drug. So just kind of a heads up, Latest, gosh dang time you put a video out. I don't know why I didn't get a notification. And now I'm gonna have to get over there and make sure I'll double check it all. But it's good to see you guys here today. So many wonderful people in the live stream hanging out with us today, celebrating sobriety. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Here, we're just Greninja, welcome to the live stream. Did it a week ago? Well, gosh dang it, man. Why'd you say something sooner, Chairman? Well, Ninja, welcome to the live stream. I think I said that right. I apologize. Greninja. I'm really bad with some of the names. Y'all have some really neat names. Oh, what? Oh, did you change your name? Did you change your name? You guys know what to do with that there. Oh. Ginger Ninja. Okay. Well, welcome to the live stream, my friend. New account, huh? What? You starting a new channel? Oh, I got you. That's awesome. Okay. Ginger Ninja. Okay. Ginger Ninja. I'll remember that now. Okay. Awesome. I'm really bad. Like I said, You're moving on from the last one. Okay. Queen, that's Why Try. Remember Why Try? He set his channel on private, and I guess he's got another amazing project in the works. That's what's up. Again, sometimes you got to do that. I've been working on this channel for so long now. I'm not going to give up. It's kind of like one of the things I'll say. I say this for all the newcomers. You felt like starting fresh? Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, since you're starting fresh, I know what Oh no, you got it, Queen. You got it. Hang on. There we go. Ginger Ninja, you know what I just did. No question about it. You all know what just happened. Ginger Ninja, if you drop something in the chat, you'll notice that the color of the text of your name has changed. You'll notice an icon next to your name. That is because this account is now one of the members of the Maverick Mechanics. There we go. Got that. You don't have to thank me. I know you'll watch my back. You've watched my back shooting in other people's streams, so I know if you watch my back in other people's streams, you'll watch mine in this one. So I ain't worried. No worries, my friend. No worries. All righty. Again, oh no, it's all good. It's all good. There you go. There you go. Yeah, make sure everyone and again, if you got a link to your channel, drop it in the chat. You do not need my permission. If you know somebody else who needs support, be sure to drop that in there as well. I'm not one of those guys that gets all, don't do that, self-promote, okay? That's how people find you, and that's how you get your content out there. I hate that whole thing. Some people get really fussy about that. It's like, look, if you open up your channel a little bit, more people are going to be more willing to come in. So open it up, let people come in. There you go. That's how we find each other. My policy is if I gave you a wrench, you already have permission. That's my policy. At that, if you know somebody else who needs support, get their link too. Okay, that has always been my thing. Don't bother with, you don't have to ask me. Just do it at that point. Okay, because to me, you already new video. Ooh, what is it? What is it? We'll have to go and see to find out for ourselves. Honestly, we do so many things here on my channel that most people don't. I did so many things here. We do so many things on my channel. Be honest with you. A lot of people were like, what the heck do you do? I said, I just enjoy life without a drink or a drug. That's what we do. That's how we rock and roll. Hey, Queen, my vape, the battery went dead on my vapor, on my e-cigarette. Since it went dead, does that mean I get to smoke more? Since it went dead, I got to charge it. She's going to get on to me. No, you suffer. You suffer, Prince Magnum. Okay, we're good. Tell us the joke. Oh, Queen gets on to me all the time about my smoking. And it's like, every time I try to quit smoking, it's hard because I want to start drinking again. It gets really hard. And, dude, you realize all you are doing is helping my watch time and adding to my views. And we know why you keep doing it, because you know that the end result is going to be that, that you're just helping me, okay? That the likes and the dislikes don't mean diddly dick anymore. So the only thing that I could still figure is you have a crush on me, okay? And I told you before, it's okay. I don't swing that way. I'm a married man. You will find somebody, and that somebody is going to do that special thing. They're going to take you out on a date. They're going to buy you a foot long. You're going to swallow it whole. And, you'll even do it with the hand on the back of your head. You'll be fine. It'll be wonderful. I'm just not that person. You will find somebody. I get it, but why is it that some homosexual men have a thing for the heterosexual men, and it's like they want to convert them. This dude is one of them. I feel bad for him, I feel bad for him. He'll find somebody, He's fascinated with me. I don't know what it is, you know. He'll be okay though. He'll be okay. Uh, so many wonderful people here in the live stream. It's so good to see you all. I'm so glad that you guys are here to help me celebrate yet another day of sobriety. I can't ask for much more than that. You know, that, you know, uh, that, you know, that, you guys come in, you hang out with me, and, that you all, just stick by my side, through thick and thin. Shoot, even this guy can't even get enough of Prince Magnum. He keeps coming back in to get thrown back out. Dude, I get it. You know, one day you will find that person, but I'm not him. I guess after all these years, Prince Magnum's still pretty good looking guy. I mean, come on, yeah. Well, keyboard warrior. Keyboard warrior. He knows. Yeah. He knows. I'm just saying. I'm saying all the right things right now, so he'll keep doing it. He's just adding to my watch time. I'm getting. This is how you troll the troll, guys. Because I am not upset by any stretch of the imagination. Some people are still sick, and some people may not even have problems with drugs and alcohol. This one does. But the thing of it is that I know how to get under his skin, because he's going to keep coming back in here, and he's adding to my watch time. Oh man. Oh, but my I always keep saying that my drag name would probably be Cinnamon. Oh my gosh. And of course, we play that in as well. If there's one thing that I've learned about sobriety, is that if you get a good program into an alcoholic or an addict, and they have enough time to let's you you know it's dragged. The Prince dragged him. Do you know that came about? That came about one day because I forgot who it was. Somebody in the it came into the channel, and I keep thinking it may have been A&R, or it was Mike H. Who came in. Michael Hunt. And he came in and he said it, I think, the whole Prince Dragnum thing, and it's just carried on. And it's just one of those things, when you see it, you know. Hi, honey.
Did a package come in?
No, it didn't. I didn't see it come in.
You would have seen it.
Oh, really? Okay. Mm. And see what I mean? This poor guy, I mean, this poor guy, see, he's infatuated with me. He got no life. Yeah, I did. Okay. Queen says hi. How you doing, Warrior Grandma? Good to see you. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I knew you've been on vacation. I knew you went on vacation, been hanging out, Wang Chung. We're talking about sobriety again tonight. And, I hadn't quite worked up to any stories yet. I am here,
It's got one more hour to get. Are you going to be doing this for a while?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby.
Okay. You good?
Yeah, I'm Gucci.
Do you need anything? Do you want your cake?
Yeah, we're good. We're green. All right. So, see, Ginger Ninja's got my back. Yeah. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Alcoholics Anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous has given me the ability to see, dude. The trolls are alive and well tonight. But see, yeah. Oh, yeah. All he's doing is adding to my watch time. That's all he's doing. You know, some people still, you know, let me read something for you guys that kind of helps me through moments like this. And sometimes I got to remind myself this one. And I think you guys will appreciate this. And there is my beautiful wife. That's right. That's right. This is something that kind of helps me through. All right. And you guys might appreciate this. This is actually from the big book, my really big one. Allie got rated last night? That's what's up. All right. This is actually from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 66 to 67. We realized that people who wronged us were perhaps spiritually sick. Though we did not like their symptoms and the way they disturbed us, they, like ourselves, were sick too. We asked God to help us show them the same tolerance, pity, and patience that we would cheerfully grant a sick friend. When a person offended, we said to ourselves, "This is a sick man. How can I be helpful to him? God save me from being angry. Thy will be done." We avoid retaliation or argument. We wouldn't treat sick people that way. If we do, we destroy our chance of being helpful. We cannot be helpful to all people, but at least God will show us how to take a kindly and tolerant view of each and every one. You know? So by getting him riled up, coming back in here, eventually he's going to get the clue that, you know, that at day's end, I'm still going to be sober. I'm still going to be rocking and rolling. And maybe through my strength and my patience, they'll find whatever it is that they're lacking in their life and find that peace so they can enjoy life the way that it needs to be done, you know, the way that it needs to be enjoyed. At day's end, it's not going to matter. You know, it's not going to matter. You know, this is, you know, don't sweat that stuff. Okay. It's a sick person. They need to find whatever it is. And if, you know, taking that, you know, having to have that thick skin and maybe getting under their skin so they keep coming back in here, eventually it's going to sink in. Okay. Remember, this is just years of experience in Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay. Just years of experience. If this would have been, we'll say 10 years ago, oh man, I'd have been hell on wheels. Okay. But it's a matter of, and I will say there are times it's sometimes hard to let go. You just want to stir that pot of crap and just, you know, stop stirring the pot of crap. Okay. It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. He's just helping my watch times. And all I got to do is rile him up enough. He'll keep coming back in here. And yeah, he'll drop nasty stuff in the chat, but it won't matter. He's still helping my watch time. He's still getting me views. And at the end of the day, eventually he's going to hear something that's going to sink in. And it's going to help him. In the meantime, patience, tolerance, love, understanding that this person is sick. You know, they're sick. There's something eating their lunch, just tearing away at their life. I mean, it might be drugs, it might be alcohol, for all we know. We don't know. Okay? But all we know is that somewhere deep down, they're hurting in a way that we just don't know yet. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. You know, so we just got to be patient. We just keep sending him on his way. You know, we just keep sending him on his way. He'll keep coming back in. He thinks he's riling me up. And, you know, that's just it. At day's end, who knows what happened to this person? We don't know. We don't know what's going on in this person's life. But but we know that they keep coming in here trying to rile me up. And it just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You know? We got the Maverick mechanics that'll send him back out, but he's still got an open seat when he's ready to talk about it the real way. You know, I'll listen to what's hurting. I will listen. Doesn't have to be that way. And as a matter of fact, there was another gentleman, and I'm going to say it right now. You know, that's all messed up. Yeah, I understand. I got a couple of them like that I'm trying to straighten out myself. You know, mm. Good coffee. My wife got me this awesome mocha flavored coffee. It's just amazing. I love it. Mm. Mm. Amazing. Um, you know, so I'll tell you all a funny story, and this is just the way my sobriety works. There was a particular gentleman, this was a couple of years ago, and Princess Faye remembers when all this started going down, and she didn't fully understand my reasoning. Um, she didn't fully, you know, Princess Faye didn't fully understand my reasoning back then, but I think she understands it now. And your little nephew's taking over the phone. Oh, okay, okay. Well, if he's listening, Kevin Meyer's little nephew, big hugs from Prince Magnum, like almost halfway across the country. Thank you for watching my channel, and I will do my very best to not say any naughty words since you're watching. I will do my best. Big hugs from Prince Magnum. Big hugs from all the way over here in Missouri. Okay? We love you too, little buddy. Big hugs to him. I don't even know his name, but I love him as if he's one of my own. Mm. You know, and that's another thing that Alcoholics Anonymous has given me. But back to the story I started telling. Um, we were getting ready to go, and you all heard about me talking fondly of going to the Jackson, Missouri car show. It's amazing. I wish I could have went this year, but it really, the cards really weren't dealt properly. So you know, when we were getting ready to go to this, there was this particular gentleman who was just kind of, he didn't quite see the vision of the Prince Magnum channel at the time. He didn't see what we were doing. And, you know, said some pretty hateful things about Project Spirit. And I think a lot of it is just that he was voicing his opinion, but to me, it sounded almost like it was hateful. And that's not really the case. It was just, he was voicing his opinions and was just very strong about his opinions. I didn't realize that at the time, but, you know, and I got kind of, you know, it kind of hurt the feelings a little bit because, you know, that's the car that my wife got me. So, you know, I took it a little personal at the time. You know, I hadn't quite fully grown that YouTube thick skin. You know, I always felt like, you know, I'm Prince Magnum. You know, I'm kind of, you know, that the really awesome guy. You know, this actually goes on in my head sometimes, and I have to remind myself, don't get too big for yourself, Prince Magnum. Don't get too big. So I got, you know, I had my little feelings hurt for a moment, and you know, but I thought about it, and you know, I finally went into a live stream, and I openly said, you know, hey, you know, if we got a problem here, because, you know, I said, take a look at this, take a look, you know, I was trying to offer him stuff, you know, maybe smooth things over a little bit, and it just wasn't working. I said, okay, what it's going to boil down to is I think him and I just need to have a talk. You know, again, just differences of opinion. And what I did was I sent him, you know, I gave him an open invitation in a live stream. I said, let's talk about this, you know, and I will openly admit, you could see the frustration, you know, on camera. I said, let's talk about this. Let's get this, you know, let's get this out of the way. You know, let's be men about this, you know. And I said, here's my email. And I said, give me a call. You know, shoot me an email. I'll send you my phone number. Let's talk. And you know, it took him a couple of days, you know, because that's kind of an unusual request. And you know, he sends me, you know, he sends me, you know, email, and I sent him back my phone number. A couple more days pass, and he gives me a phone call. And I said, "What's going on, man?" You know, I said, "You know, what's the problem? What's the problem?" And you know, he started talking. He said, "You're not recording." I said, "No, no, I'm not. I'm not recording this. Just you and me. Okay, just you and me. We're going to talk this out. Like like respectable, like respectable men, man to man, here. Well, I was looking at this and I kind of felt this way. I said, well, and we started talking, you know, and as we talked, he's like, this is not what I expected it to be. I said, well, I'm not here to put anyone down. I'm here to build people up. There's enough of that going on. And, I mean, I could go out into the world and there's a million people telling me, what's wrong with Prince Magnum, you know, I need to hear what I'm doing right. I said, same goes with everybody else, And he's like, this is not what I expected. I said, well, this is, how it is, where can we fix this? I said, I don't want you to feel like I don't want you to feel like the enemy here. I want you to, if you want to, want to come to the best of friends or whatever, let's smooth this over, And now we're the best of friends today. And this particular gentleman, fantastic friend. I know I could call him anytime anything's eating my lunch, and he'll listen to anything that's hurting. Just an amazing friend. So this is just an amazing, something that Alcoholics Anonymous has taught me. And believe me when I say I'm very, very grateful for that. Very grateful. Yes, I do have Facebook. Jamie, I didn't see you come in. It's so good to see another member of the Sunnies in the chat. Big, big, big hugs to you. Thank you for being here. It's so good to see you all today. Kevin, yes, I do have Facebook. I think you've got my email. Shoot me an email. I'll send you all the information you could ever want, including my phone number. You can even talk to me. It doesn't matter how big I get, if I ever get super huge or not, Oh, his name is Parker. His name is Parker. Oh, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Sobriety has taught me a great deal. Oh, you go rest up. You go rest up, Ginger Ninja. It's so good to see you. So good to see you. Big sober hugs from all the way over here in the US. Big sober hugs to you. And again, I'm very grateful for all of you out there, Parker's his name. And for a second, my chat wasn't moving like it was supposed to. So I apologize if I missed anything. It's so good to see you all today. You guys are awesome. Every last one of you, coming in and helping me celebrate, another day of continuous sobriety. Again, I woke up today and I had a miracle happen to me today. I woke up and I found it not necessary to take a drink. And any day that happens, it is still truly a miracle. Let me tell you, because alcoholism is still alive and well in me, Thank you so much. Well, it's actually in the evening time for us. It's about 8 o'clock my time right now. 8 o'clock p.m. my time. So you do me a favor, Ginger Ninja. You rest up and you have a wonderful evening. And I hope that tomorrow is just as powerful as today, if not more so. Hope many, many more powerful messages come your way, and doesn't necessarily have to be from this guy right here. 9 p.m. where you're at. Wow. So many of you from all over the world. Just goes to show that, when you have a positive message, or at least you try to be positive, that somewhere out there, that someone needs that positive vibe, that we can all connect in that positive vibe. And so many of you from around the world are so kind to come in here and be a part of my day, be a part of my life, be a part of my story, And real quick, I started to talk about this. Sober Man, him and I talked last week, and that's what's up. Sober Man was kind enough to pass on a message for me to pass on to all of you. He said that, he wanted me to tell you all that he said hi, and he wanted to thank you all for the wonderful wishes that you all pass on to him. And along with that, he also wanted to say, to continue taking in all the positive around you. Sober Man is just an amazing guy. an amazing friend to all of us here on the Prince Magnum channel. He's one of the behind the scenes cogs that one of these days we got to get him on camera for you guys so you can hear his story, because I'm telling you, he is. You think that I am positive? No, Soberman is. Soberman and I are so much alike. It's scary, But imagine dear old Prince Magnum here, his story on steroids, the way Soberman tells it. I mean, it's the same freaking story in some way, shape, or form, but the way he tells his story, it's just like, boom. Just blows your mind. It's just like, just powerful stuff, powerful stuff. So that's where I get it from. I get it honestly from my sponsor. So a lot of y'all tell me, oh, you're inspirational, things like, I got to blame it on my sponsor. Yes, honey.
You might like some chocolate.
Ooh, Queen Bee's going to get upset. Chocolate.
Well, share with her then.
Queen, I'll save you some, Queen. I'll save you some. All right, Kevin. Would you do me a favor? You give Parker a big hug from me and all of us here on the Prince Magnum channel. Give him a big hug from all of us, and you go rest up. And lots of love from over here. Lots of love. Thank you so much for being here and taking in those positive vibes and helping me stay strong in another day of sobriety. Thank you so much. And again, y'all tell me I'm that you get a kick out of what I have to say about sobriety and things like that. I blame it on my sponsor, Soberman. He's the one who passed it on to me. Big hugs from all of us. That's what it's all about. And let me tell you again. You don't have to put me on a pedestal. You don't have to put me on some high pedestal. I was once a falling down drunk. And the last time I checked, I don't. That's what's up. For those that don't know, Queen Bee is one of the dearest friends. One of my dear friends. That when we started these live streams, she's been pretty much here the entire time. And let me tell you, it is not a live stream until Queen Bee is here. She's a sweet, sweet, wonderful lady. And I will tell you, I've actually heard her talk. Sweet voice, beautiful smile. I've seen a picture of her, just a sweet, loving lady. Of course, I've even seen her hubby, handsome looking young man. He's a handsome looking young man. And, along with that, I've seen the project car that he's working on. Gorgeous looking IROC Z. Woo! IROC Z Camaro. I really wasn't a huge fan of the IROC Zs, and until I seen the one that TFZ Gaming is working on. Just amazing looking ride. That's what's up. And again, I'm blessed that all of you are here with me today to celebrate another day of sobriety. So, and last week we told the story of Tanya again. I cried. And I'll tell you all something. I know you do. And he's put a lot of time and effort into that. You could tell. You could tell it was a good looking ride when he bought it, but then you could really see how much hard work he's put into it. And that's amazing. And, y'all, if y'all seen what Project Spirit looked like way back when we first got her to what she looks like now, if Think Different was in here right now, he'd tell you, yeah, that car's come a long way since I first laid eyes on it. I know he would. That car started off rough. And here we are all this time later, still an amazing ride, still fun to drive. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you a funny thing. I was at work and I was telling one of my new coworkers the story. I didn't tell a whole lot of it because I didn't feel like crying at work, but I told just enough. And she's like, "Oh my God, that is the saddest story." She's like, I didn't think stories like that really did exist in real." I said, "Well, it was real life for me, and I stayed sober through that whole mess. I stayed sober from beginning to end, and I'm going to say it right now, just because you get sober doesn't mean you don't go through adversity. Okay. You will have things happen in your life. You will have things fall apart on you just because I got sober doesn't mean bad things don't happen. Bad things still happen. Earlier this year, I had to say goodbye to my grandmother. And that was hard. Okay. But I kept telling myself the whole time, number one, I got to remain strong for the family. And I did for the most part, I stayed strong for the whole family the entire time. Um, you know, Princess Faye, watched me go through that. Watch my grandpa. Oh my gosh, my grandparents have been married like 60 years. My grandmother gave my grandpa the best years of her life that she possibly could. And we said goodbye to my grandmother. Broke my heart to say goodbye. And then, and of all the things, the day that my grandmother was buried, was the same day I was celebrating 14 years sober, the same exact day. And my mom was like, of all the things, I'm so sorry, son, on celebrating 14 years, and you have to say goodbye to grandma. I said, Mom, it's fitting because grandma got to watch me get sober. She watched me stay sober. And I know right now she's very proud of me for being strong, being in the frame of mind, what Alcoholics Anonymous gave me, being in that frame of mind that I could stay sober through this mess and be here for the family. I said, that is exactly what I think. I think grandma would be, if she was here right now, she would say, good job, and give me a big hug and say, don't you ever start. My grandmother always used to say, Prince Magnum, if you start drinking again, I'll turn you over my knee. And my grandmother was a short little thing. She's probably like 5'8" and just, full of, just full of spunk. And I'm like, yeah, I bet you would, grandma. She just, my grandmother's an amazing woman. And we had to say goodbye to her. And the day she was buried was the same day that I was celebrating 14 years without a drink or a drug. But, I'm not going to lie, it was hard, but I stayed sober. Another something that, in all of that, there was something that I did, when my mom got remarried, all this drinking's going on at the wedding reception and everything. Everyone's falling down drunk and everything else. And I'll tell you a funny story, in all of that, I hung out, hung out and had a good time, seen some family, gave out some hugs, things like that. Well, and this is at the wedding reception. My mom had my brother and I give her away. We were, basically, my grandpa's one that he doesn't really, he really didn't get, he wasn't into that whole, being at the, he doesn't like a whole lot of attention. He'd like to blend into the background and just kind of be there, but very, my grandpa is not mean or anything. He just likes to blend into the background, just kind of quiet, he's a quiet man. And that's his style. Well, and he's not a dancer type. Well, before it was like a couple of months before the wedding. That is a good question. Let me finish the story. Say it again here in just a moment. Let me finish the story and say it again, and we'll definitely get into that. What was that? So a couple of months before the wedding, my grandma says, I got two brand new knees, but your grandpa doesn't dance, and I want to dance at the reception. I looked right at my grandma. I said, and this is the grandmother that passed. I said, Grandma, do you want to dance at the wedding? She said, I would love to dance at the wedding. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I'll dance with you, Grandma. I said, I can't do anything, exciting as far as dancing. I said, I could slow dance. I said, I could slow dance. I said, if you want to dance, I'll dance with you, Grandma. I said, we'll get a couple of slow songs together and I'll dance with you. And Grandma was like, you'll you'll dance with your grandma? I said, if you don't mind dancing with your oldest grandson. And grandma was like, I would love to dance with my handsome grandson. I would love that. I said, okay, grandma, it's a date. Well, we went to, we were at the wedding reception, heard a slow song pop up, and I rushed over there I about knocked over a bunch of drunks, rushed over there. And I said, Grandma, I said, they got a slow song. Do you want to dance? And she said, you want to, there's a slow song playing? I said, yes. I said, let's go, Grandma. And Grandma looks right at Grandpa and says, is it okay? And Grandpa's like, go, sweetie pie, go have a good time. Go dance, go dance. And everyone was like, come on, mama. All my aunts were like, come on, mama, go dance with, go dance with your grandson. We got out there on the dance floor and I was slow dancing with my grandmother. There's pictures of it somewhere. And, I'm slow dancing with my grandma and, immediately the camera started flashing and everything. I took my grandmother back to her seat blind because of how many cameras were flashing. And people were coming up and saying, it's so sweet of you to take your grandmother out onto the dance floor and dance with her. And I said, if I'd have been drinking, I don't think I would have been able to do anything that special. I wouldn't even be here. But I was there for my grandmother. Took her out danced with my grandma twice, and so all the way up until her passing, she would always say, "My grandson Prince Magnum, that's my dance partner right there. He took me out at the when my oldest daughter got married. He took me out onto the dance floor and he danced with me. And she said, I had such a wonderful time at the wedding. She said, that's my grandson." And that's one of those blessings in sobriety that I really, I probably have talked about it a few times here on the channel, but I've just really felt I had to tell that. Now to Mike, I didn't forget. I remembered your question. How do I cope with being around people? Honestly, when I started, there it is. How does that work for me? Okay. I'm reminded with the fact that there are some people out there, they can drink normally. Okay. And actually, let me refer to the book on this. And I guess you could say this is the test that I give it. Okay, the test. This is something that I give it. And real quick, this is actually the big print, big book that I got. Collects signatures. There's some of you even right here in this chat that I've got to get you to sign this book. But it's collected signatures from all the special places I've been and the adventures I've been. Nothing wrong with that, Chairman. Nothing wrong with that at all. But there's some of you, I've got to get you guys' signatures in here. I'm telling you right now, you guys are awesome, Let me see. It'll be on '98, I think. No, it's about right in here. Yep, page 100 of the big book. This is kind of what I've applied in my own life, and it seems to work. So this is how I deal with alcohol, people drinking around me. And it goes like this. Assuming we are spiritually fit, we could do all sorts of things alcoholics are not supposed to do. People have that we must not go where liquor is served. We must not have it in our homes. We must shun friends who drink. We must avoid moving pictures which show drinking scenes. We must not go into bars. Our friends must hide their bottles if we go into their houses. We mustn't think or be reminded of alcohol at all. Our experience shows us that is not necessarily so. We meet these conditions every day. An alcoholic who cannot meet them still has an alcoholic mind. There's something the matter with his spiritual status. His only chance for sobriety would be someplace like the Greenland ice cap, and even there, an Eskimo might turn up a bottle of scotch and ruin everything. Ask any woman who has sent her husband to distant places on the theory that he would escape the alcohol problem. In our belief, any scheme of combating alcohol which proposes to shield the sick man from temptation is doomed to failure. If the alcoholic tries to shield himself, he may succeed for a time, but he usually winds up with a bigger explosion than ever. We have tried these methods, and these attempts to do the impossible have always failed. So our rule is not to avoid a place where there is drinking if we have a legitimate reason for being there. That includes bars, nightclubs, dances, receptions, weddings, even plain old ordinary whoopee parties. To a person who has had experience with an alcoholic, this may seem like tempting providence, but it isn't. You will note that we have made an important qualification. Therefore, ask yourself on each occasion, have I any good social, business, or personal reason for going to this place? Or am I expecting to steal a little vicarious pleasure from the atmosphere of such places? If you have answered these questions satisfactorily, you need have no apprehension. Go or stay away, whichever seems best. But be sure that you're on solid spiritual ground before you start, and your motives in going is thoroughly good. Do not think of what you will get out of the occasion. Think of what you can bring to it. If you are shaky, you'd better work with another alcoholic instead. Why sit with a long face in places where there is drinking, sighing about the good old days? If it is a happy occasion, try to increase the pleasure of those there. If it is a business occasion, go ahead and attend your business enthusiastically. If you're with a person who wants to eat in a bar, by all means go along. Let your friends know they are not to change their habits on your account. At a proper time and place, explain it to all your friends why alcohol disagrees with you. If you do this thoroughly, few people will ask you to drink. While you were drinking, you were withdrawing from life little by little. Now you're getting back into the social life of this world. Don't start with withdrawing again just because your friends drink liquor. Your job is to be at the place where you may be of maximum helpfulness to others. So never hesitate to go anywhere if you can be helpful. You should not hesitate to visit the most sordid spot on earth on such an errand. Keep on the firing line of life with these motives, and God will keep you unharmed. Many of us keep liquor in our homes, and we often need it to carry green recruits on a severe hangover. Some of us still serve it to our friends, provided they're not alcoholic. But some of us think we should not serve liquor to anyone. We never argue this question. We feel that each family, in the light of their own circumstances, ought to decide for themselves. We are careful never to show intolerance or hatred of drinking as an institution. Experience shows us that such an attitude is not helpful to anyone. Every new alcoholic looks for the spirit among us and is immensely relieved when he finds we are not witch burners. A spirit of intolerance might repel alcoholics whose lives could have been saved if it had not been for such stupidity. We would not even do the cause of temperate drinking any good, for not one drinker in 1,000 likes to be told anything about alcohol by anyone who hates it. Someday we hope that Alcoholics Anonymous will help the public to a better realization of the gravity of the alcoholic problem, but we shall be of little use if our attitude is one of bitterness or hostility. Drinkers will not stand for. After all, our problems were our own making. Bottles were only a symbol. Besides, we have to stop fighting everybody or everything. We have to. That is, so basically, that's from your liver shutting down. That's from your liver shutting down due to psoriasis. Or no, I'm sorry, cirrhosis of the liver. Cirrhosis of the liver. Totally had a brain stutter there. What's going on? Midnight Cool. And Think Different is in the house. Another evening of sober talk. Think Different. I had a miracle happen to me today. I woke up this morning and I found it not necessary to take a drink. And you know, any day that happens, it is still truly a miracle. Hands down, bar none. It is still truly a miracle. You know, so that whole thing with cirrhosis of the liver, that's a serious issue. Some people drink to that point and destroy their liver from alcohol. I was fortunate. I got lucky, you know. There you go. 4 days. My gosh, 4 days. That's a long time. That's a long time. 4 days feels longer than my 14 years. I remember 4 days, and it sucked. It sucked. Oh my God. Keep at it, buddy. Keep at it. 1 foot in front of the other. 1 foot in front of the other. 1 day at a time. Big sober hug to you. Big sober hug. Big sober hug to you all tonight for joining me here in the live stream talking about sobriety. It's so good to see you all. It is so good to see every last one of you. I love each and every one of you, even the troll that came in here earlier, you know, still loving him. Hopefully he will find whatever it is that's hurting him. You know, that's what it's all about, you know. In all the other live streams, it's all about being, you know, having fun and ramping myself up. And I get really excited and just have a good time. But in this live stream, I shed that, you know, shed the personality, and I let just good old sober Prince Magnum come through. And, you know, honestly, I will tell you all right now, if any of you all who still can enjoy a drink, and if I was ever, you know, at your place, or you guys were over here and you were having a drink and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't be drinking alcohol in front of you, I would actually be offended. I would actually be offended. I would look right at you and say, don't you dare try to protect me from alcohol. That's my responsibility to protect my sobriety. Enjoy it and have one for me while you're at it. And celebrate life. I'm still alive today. I'm still alive. I'm still sober. So don't protect me from it. I would be offended if you did that. I would actually be offended. And I don't take offense at much. I would actually have my feelings hurt. Have a drink from me while you're at it. Have a big one for me, you know, because I'm still alive and I'm still sober today. So never feel like you have to protect me from alcohol. Never feel like you should do that. You don't have to protect me. I have a relationship with a higher power of my understanding that keeps me safe and protected from that next drink. I don't have to be protected from alcohol. But if you feel like you got to do something special for me, say a big prayer and ask my higher power to keep me safe and sober one more day. That's all you would have to do. And raise that glass high while I raise my coffee cup high. And celebrate life. Because today I get to enjoy life without a drink or a drug. And I'm having a great time. Having a great time. So you don't need to protect me from alcohol. As a matter of fact, we were, being in Jamie's live stream. Queen Bee was there. Let's talk about it with Jamie. Being in her live stream, she's sipping on wine and she's having a good time. And I'm like, have one for me. Yeah, or root beer. Root beer. I love my root beer. A&W all the way. Some good coffee. So don't protect me from that next drink. That's not your responsibility. Don't take that away from my higher power. We're still building that relationship. Don't take that away from my higher power and me. Don't ever feel like you have to protect me from a drink. I do. I get offended at it. Yeah, root beer float, Chairman. Root beer float. By the way, there's an A&W restaurant over in Farmington. And every year for my sobriety birthday, all I want is an A&W root beer float every year. That's all I want. I know that sounds silly, and that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I want on my birthday, more than anything. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. I'll tell you, I'm going to say it right now to the camera. If anybody from A&W knows it, I think that's all I really want on my birthday. More than anything, I just want an A&W root beer float to celebrate another year I've been here on this earth and to celebrate another 6 months of continuous sobriety. Oh, with peanut butter? Oh, man, that does sound interesting. Oh, you, Queen. Ooh, and a cake. Okay. Actually, I don't really get into the birthday cake thing. All I want, I'm actually pretty simple, but you know what? If it was anything like last year for my, when I turned 40, oh Lord, oh Lordy, I will say it like this. Princess Faye did an amazing job making this 40-year-old man feel awfully young. I will just say it that way. And I'll let y'all use your imagination, but Princess Faye did an amazing job making this old man feel awfully young. And I couldn't, that was the best present that this guy could have ever have asked for. That was the greatest present I could have ever asked for. That wonderful time with my wife. And I will tell you all right now, there's something, that's just, you got it. I'll let you use your imagination. From the chandeliers, anyhow. I will say it right now. There are some things that we alcoholics found is perfectly okay in sobriety, as long as we have a willing partner. I'm not finishing the rest of that. All righty. Well, Chairman, you go rest up, buddy. You go rest up. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you were here tonight. Oh, honey. It was the best present I could have asked for. I guess you could say that it's not so much the things that, it's as I've gotten older, all right, Chairman. Okay, enough of that. You should see my fourth step. Anyhow. Oh my goodness. You know what? It was very wonderful. It was very wonderful. Um, and here I'm getting ready to turn 41. Sobriety has been wonderful and kind to me. A lot of people when they get into sobriety, they usually look really rough. I believe I've managed to age very well. Um, you know, I'm very fortunate. Really? God, I'm very happy. You know, I've gotten married in sobriety. 3 children who've never seen daddy drunk. My grandmother passed away. Watching me stay sober. My mom has watched me stay sober. Uh-oh. The girls are talking. The girls are talking. Again, I'm very, very fortunate that my wife has got to watch me stand in front of like over 270 other alcoholics in recovery, talk for 5 minutes. And when I came back um, to the table, and when she basically said, it's nothing I haven't come to expect out of you, you know, that should tell you, that tells me everything I need to know. My wife, my wife has got to watch me grow stronger in sobriety. She's watched me do some amazing things. I couldn't ask for more. I mean, I have been blessed. I've been blessed with so many wonderful gifts give me, you know, and I can't think, and you all come in here, we hang out, we have a good time. I couldn't ask for more. I couldn't ask for more. My life isn't perfect. I don't have, money falling from the sky. Um, I don't have I don't, Project Spirit is still a project in the making. She's not complete. And she's not my dream car, but she's becoming my dream car. You know, I have gifts today. I guess you could say I may not be rich in money, but I'm rich in gifts from a higher power that I understand, but I don't fully understand. That's really what my sobriety is a lot like today. And you know, when I do sober talk, it's all about giving away what has been freely given to me. That second chance in life, and that's really what it's all about. Having that opportunity to give away what has been freely given to me, and you know, uh, I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. And again, Sober Man wanted me to tell you all. He said hi, and he said he's basically he's thinking of all of you, best wishes, things like that, and he wanted to thank you for all the support. Um, that's what's up. Again, I'm very fortunate to have wonderful people in my life today, and I couldn't, I can't thank you all enough for being here with me and helping me stay sober. This is still a life and death situation. I'm always going to be one arm bend away from the man I used to be. You know, always that one arm bend away. But that's just it. I have the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous to help me stay sober. And I have all of you, every one of you, out there right now. You guys are part of the story now. Part of the story. Think about that for a moment. We're here now. Who knows who's going to see this? And you're asking questions, and You're like, thank you for being inspirational, when in reality, it's you guys who are the inspiration to me. And I always come walking away from Sober Talk feeling strong and really feeling powerful, and, just feeling that strength from all of you, because you help build me up and everything. And who knows who we're going to reach indirectly right now. All of you. Yeah, you got it. And you guys are part of that story. You're right on, Mike G. You're right on. You guys are part of that story now. And who knows who we're going to help all at the same time while you guys are helping me stay sober. Think about that a moment. You're helping me save my life, and indirectly, you're helping save who knows out there. Countless, thousands of people. We may never see their faces, but we're now part of their story. Hey, I get it. So you're part of the story now. If you ever felt like maybe you weren't a positive influence, maybe you didn't, you could be of no help to anybody, and you get in that world that you don't believe that you are useful. Yes, you are. You're part of my story now. And who knows whose lives we could touch just by you being here and being part of my life, being part of my sobriety. So if you're sitting there on the other side of this, looking right at old Prince Magnum here, and you're wondering, am I a part of that? Could I ever be of an inspiration to anybody? You already are. You're already helping people, whether you know it or not, just by being here and being part of my story. So if you've ever wondered, am I of any use today? Yes, you are. You are part of the story. You're part of this amazing story. Last week when we talked about Tanya, and a lot of you were in here and listening to that story, you're now part of that story too. I was there that day. Prince Magnum talked about, that woman that, and talked about, and he talked about how, him and Princess Faye went to her gravesite and she left a letter. So she's part of the, and I was there, and you're part of that now. You're part of that story. You're part of the inspiration. You're part of reaching out to other people and trying to help them find sobriety too. You're part of trying to help save lives today. So you are important. No matter what's went on in your life, no matter how far down you go, you are part of the story too. You're part of that puzzle, the friends of Alcoholics Anonymous. If you're not an alcoholic or an addict, you're now part of the friends to Narcotics Anonymous. Oh, I know, Mike G. You told me. But you're also part of the story now. You're also part of the story. You're now part of my story. And I'm just one small piece in the thousands of lives that have found a solution. And today we don't have to have a drink or a drug. We just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other, reaching out to a higher power that we don't fully understand, but we just know exists, whatever that higher power is to us. You're part of that story. You're part of the friends of Alcoholics Anonymous. You are part of building us up in a world that is lost in drugs and alcohol. A lot of people out there that are suffering right now, who just do not know what it means to enjoy life without a drink or a drug. They're no longer enjoying life. They're wishing for the end. That jumping off point that the big book talks about. Wait a second. There you go. Thank you, Mike G. Love you, brother. He's an amazing friend. Amazing friend. And part of his story really touched me when I had the opportunity to talk to Mike G. His story touched me deep down. Let me read something for you guys. And I hope this kind of brings it in. The less people tolerated us, the more we withdrew from society, from life itself. As we became subjects of King Alcohol, shivering dissidents of his mad realm, the chilling vapor that is loneliness settled down. It thickened and became and ever becoming blacker. Some of us sought out sore places, hoping to find understanding, companionship, and approval. Momentarily, we did. Then would come oblivion and the awful awakening to face the hideous four horsemen: terror, bewilderment, frustration, despair. Unhappy drinkers who read this page will understand. Now and then, a serious drinker, being dry at the moment, says, I don't miss it at all. Feel better, work better, having a better time. As ex-problem drinkers, we smile at such a sally. We know our friend is like the boy whistling in the dark to keep up his spirits. He fools himself. Inwardly, he would give anything to take a half a dozen drinks and get away with them. He will presently try the old game again, for he isn't happy about his sobriety. He cannot picture life without alcohol. Someday he'll be unable to imagine life either with alcohol or without it. He will then know loneliness such as few do. He will be at the jumping off place. He will wish for the end. We have shown you how we've gotten out from under. You say, yes, I am willing, but am I to be consigned to consigned to a life where I shall be stupid, boring, glum, like some righteous people I see? I know I must get along without liquor, but how can I? Have you a sufficient substitute? Yes, there is a substitute, and it is vastly more than that. It is a fellowship in Alcoholics Anonymous. There you will find release from care, boredom, and worry. Your imagine will be fired. Life will mean something at last. The most satisfactory years of your existence lie ahead. Thus, we will find the fellowship, and so will you. Beautiful words from Bill W. Whew, powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. I oftentimes wonder what inspired him to put such words in. I don't
know if I'm getting cold. You've got to be cold.
I'm fine, actually.
Well, go ahead and
thank you, baby.
when you're not.
Okay. I love you. Before I could read that stuff, the first AA meeting I was ever at, I started crying when I heard this. It was on page 164, and it's oftentimes just in AA meetings, it's referred to as a vision for you. And this was powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. I cried the first time I heard it. Our book is meant to be suggestive only. We realize we only know a little. God will constantly disclose more to you and to us. Ask him in your morning meditation what you could do each day for the man who is still sick. The answers will come if your own house is in order, but obviously you cannot transmit something you haven't got. See to it that your relationship with him is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact for us. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to Him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past and give freely of what you find and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then. When I heard that in my very first AA meeting, I started crying because it's like, I'm home. I'm home. I knew somewhere in that some way, somehow, I was going to be okay. For however long I was left on this earth, I knew somewhere along the line I was going to be okay. Didn't know, how long I was going to be around, but while I was still here, I was going to be okay. Today, I owe my life and my existence to the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. If it hadn't been for the program, I wouldn't be here today. I am very fortunate to be here today. That is the power that AA brings to the table. And today, whenever I read something out of the book, I think one of the best ones I heard, I went into somebody's live stream after they seen a Sober Talk live, and they said, I was there for a few minutes and you were reading something out of this book, and I have no idea what book it was. Could you tell me the title? And I said and I put in their chat, I said, it was the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. I said, it was the main textbook that we use in AA. He said, that was one of the most powerful things I ever heard in my life. It was truly inspirational. And I enjoyed every moment of every word that you had said that day. And thank you so much for saying that and reading that. He said, because I found it inspirational. And it was good stuff, man. Good stuff. Been a little while since we picked up the book in a Sober Talk live, but I've been wanting to do it. Because it's where I found my strength. Sometimes I still have to refer to the book. And for the record, Queen B, you're going to have to sign this book. You are going to have to sign this book one day. Okay, this big one, this big honking book. And it's got a lot of signatures in it. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Lots of them. Wow. I mean, that's a lot. For the record, Sober Man has signed this book 3 times, but Princess Faye has signed it more. She has signed it the most and said that I'm your wife. I should have the most signatures in there. She's left some wonderful, wonderful words in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, a dear friend of mine put in there, page 164, the thing I just read. Yep. Oh, glad to hear your story. What you have been through, what been brought through, and decided to continue. And your honesty, especially the emotional honesty, is very refreshing. I'm also delighted you have found a new yet familiar home. May God keep you by whatever means necessary. Awesome stuff. I mean, just sharing this with you. Oh, here. There was this one lady, my very first AA convention I went to, and I started to tell this story, I think, a couple of times. She was an Al-Anon speaker, and I went up, and I gave her a hug. I said, "Thank you. How's baby Zelda?" Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Yeah, she's doing good. Baby Zelda. Is she pestering you, honey? maybe we can get some toys. Honey, find the laser. The laser pointer. Little Zelda might just have to take over the live stream. If we can get her to play with the laser, we're in business. Okay. But this woman, I went up. I said, I found your story. I found your story inspirational. Thank you for sharing your story with us. The Al-Anon speaker, and right, you got to find it. Yeah, I know we're really poor housekeepers. And she says, yeah, the laser, yeah, and she says, well, thank you for listening to my story. And she's like, I said, would you sign my big book? She's right in here. And she said, I would love to sign your big book. And, she reaches and, she starts signing my book. And, well, she hadn't quite signed it yet. And she says, the way you're smiling, you look really young, but the way you're smiling, you've been sober for a little while. How long have you been sober? And I said, well, I've been sober, believe it or not, I've been sober just a little over a year. Celebrated, 1 full year of continuous sobriety on February 7th. She started tearing up. And she says, oh my God. She throws her arms around me, gives me this hug. And she says, while still giving me this hug, she says, I've got a son that's a year older than you. And he's still out there drinking. And you have given me hope. Just by being here today, you have given me hope that maybe he'll find sobriety too, because I've had to let him go, and hoping that maybe he'll hit enough bottoms that he'll find sobriety. And I gave her this big hug back, and I said, maybe he'll be one of the ones that finds it. And sober man was right behind me, and he's just standing there smiling. And she looks up as she kind of lets me go, and she said, you must be his sponsor. And he said, I am. What gave it away? And she said, because only a sponsor that is that proud of his sponsee has a smile like that. And he said, he's been an absolute blessing to my life. We have been through a lot together already. And she said, I can believe it. She said, and she looks at me and says, you keep doing what you're doing. She opens up my book. She was one of the first people to sign. Thank you so much for your sobriety. We need you to carry on the message. And that was what she wrote. Powerful words. And I couldn't thank her more. To this day, she's still an inspiration to help me, how her life touched me. Heard her in a convention down in Sikeston, Missouri. It was amazing. Five Corners Convention. You've never been. Oh my gosh, blow your mind. Wonderful, wonderful convention. Let's see. Oh, wow. I'm very proud of you. 6 years looks like a short while after you do it, but we know better. One day at a time. That was when I was made 6 years sober. My goodness. Keep it real. That was awesome. Oh, wow. This is when this all the way February 10th, 2010. New life every day is a good life. Happy 9 years. My gosh. Wow. That's amazing. Just amazing. Amazing stuff. One day at a time, from a guy named Jeff. Just amazing. I've even, just met some wonderful, wonderful people. And I mean, just amazing stories, even just opening this. Oh, the first three words on page 112. You guys will love this. The first three words on page 112 is actually a joke that sober man used on me. And this guy quoted it. Ooh, found more chocolate. Blood sugar's going through the roof tonight. Tell you a funny story. I forget how long I'd been sober now. I keep thinking it might have been around that 6-month marker. And frowny face. I do a horrible lower lip thing. It just doesn't look right on a guy like me. But sober man, hey, said Prince Magnum, did you know the first three words on page 112 will tell you everything you need to know about staying sober? I said the first three words on page 112. He said, yeah. That's what's up, Mike G. And he said, first three words on page 112 will tell you everything you need to know about staying sober. And I grabbed my big book. Well, it was a different big book. And I grabbed my big book, page 112, and the first three words are, read this book. The first three words on page 112. I kid you not. And I looked at them like, you asshole. He started laughing. So I would use that in meetings. I would go and say, I'd say, I'm really I really enjoy the big book changed my life. And I said, so for those of you who, have got your big books handy, or maybe you want to grab one or whatever, let me tell you right now, I said, I know some of you are probably still struggling to stay sober. I'm going to tell you something that'll impress you. Did you know that the first three words on page 112 in the big book will tell you everything you need to know about staying sober? And then I seen people in this meeting scrambling to get their big books or to grab a big book, because meetings will have big books handy. And they're scrambling to get a big book because they want to see. They're like, page 112, first three words will tell you everything you need to know about staying sober. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, some people, even in AA meetings, there's people that mourn their sobriety. It's like the death of themselves. It's like, really? How could you mourn sobriety? You've been given a second chance at life. I mean, we're on borrowed time, but it's a second chance nonetheless. It's better than what you had. So what are you going around pouting about? Enjoy it. But then, so you see all these people scrambling to find their big book. And then one gal, the first time I did it, a gal opens it up and she's like, you gotta be kidding me. Right in the middle of me talking. She said, you gotta be kidding me. And they're like, what does it say? What does it say? She said, first three words on page 112 are, read this book. And everyone started laughing so hard. I said, it was Sober Man that taught me that one. And everyone's laughing. She's like, you are something else. Oh my God. I mean, everyone's laughing in the meeting. Like, that is our Prince Magnum right there. You run into that, Some people are still sick. They haven't found what it is in life that makes them feel wholesome. That's just the nature of the beast. There are people out there too who suffer from things that it may not necessarily be alcoholism or drug addiction. They suffer from other things. And once they find that something in their life that they need, maybe that connection to their higher power, whatever that higher power is, and they find what it is and build that relationship with that higher power. Yeah, I've got that too in my own family. Just part of it. But today, We don't have to be that way today. We can be positive and let that light, that strength that we know all too well is deep within us. We can shine it to the rest of the world. Sometimes some of those negative Nancy's join us in being positive. Sometimes they don't. Just the nature of life. But today, I don't worry about, whose life I touched, whose life I saved. I don't worry about all that. I just worry about whether or not I am. That's all that matters. If I say something that touches someone's life, just even today, to me, if I said something that built somebody up, helped them feel positive today, it wasn't a wasted day. For those of you who are spiritual, notice I didn't say religious, but spiritual. Ask your higher power today. Ask your higher power. Better yet, I'm going to give you all a challenge for tomorrow. Okay? When you get up tomorrow, ask your higher power what you can do to help somebody today. Just ask him to give you somebody that you can help just today. Whatever it is within your power to help them, and watch what happens. I challenge you all, everyone right now, ask your higher power what you could do for the person who's hurting out there. Give you the opportunity to touch someone's life and watch what happens. It's amazing. I challenge you guys. Okay? And if something amazing happens, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Y'all know how to reach me. I don't think there's a single person that doesn't know how to reach me. And tell me your story. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. All right. So that does bring us to a point where we do need to wind it down for the night. I need to go in, aggravate the honey a little bit, give her some snuggles, tell my lovely wife how much she means the world to me, because she does. She puts up with me. That says plenty right there. And, real quick. Oh, you found it. That's what's up. That's what's up. Don't worry. I'll sneak over there and we'll get it all set up. How many are still here with me in the live stream? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a big thumbs up. For those of you who are still in the live stream with me, because I think it's time we do a raid. Yes, indeedy. And I got just the person we need to raid. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Got just the person. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Mike H in the house. Well, I know who we need to raid. She doesn't know it yet. She doesn't know it yet. Well, we're going to raid. Who's ready for a raid? Shh, don't tell them yet. It's good to see you all. All righty. This here is the link to a friend of ours, Alley Cat GTZ. Alley Cat is live streaming Minecraft. She's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friend. A very sweet woman. We need to get over there and raid her channel, okay? So the moment this stream shuts down for the night, okay? The moment it shuts down, I want you to run over there and drop in the chat that link that I just put, Maverick Nation Raid, okay? She'll get a big kick out of it. She could, she just, new baby and everything. I know she could use it. So All right. So the moment the stream shuts down, everyone run over there to Alley Cat stream. And I'm going to drop that link again. Make sure that we got it. Okay. Drop that link again. Come on, you mother. There we go. We're going to drop the link again. Okay. And get over there the moment the stream shuts down. Maverick Nation raid. Okay. Big Maverick Nation raid. All right. That brings us to the spot where I get to say to all of you, at day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need you, because I need every last one of you out there. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.